This is the third topic of the Microsoft .NET glossary. Okay, the first one that we are looking for at that today is C Omega, an experimental programming language, actually an extension to C hash that focuses on distributed asynchronous concurrency and XML manipulation. This is a combination of research projects that were formerly known as polymorphic C hash and XEN and X hash. Now we have to discuss about the C hash, C sharp, and object oriented and type safe programming language supported by Microsoft for use with the .NET framework. C hash, pronounced C sharp, was created specifically for building enterprise scale applications using the .NET framework. It is similar in syntax to both C++ and Java and is considered by Microsoft as the natural evaluation of the C and C++ language. C hash was created by Andre Hagelsberg, author of Turbo, Pascal, and architect of Delphi, Scott Withmuth, and Peter Golds. C hash is defined by the standard ECMA 332. Now we have to discuss about the callback method, a method used to return the results of an asynchronous processing call. Typically, methods are called in a synchronous fashion, where the call does not return until the results, the output or return value of the call are available. An asynchronous method call returns prior to the results, and then sometime later a callback method is called to return the actual results. The callback method itself contains program statements that are executed in response to the reaction of the results, also referred to as a callback function under the Windows 32 API. We will see in the event. And then now we have to discuss about the casting conversion of a value from one type to another. Implicit casting is performed silently by the compiler when the casting would not cause any information to be lost. Converting a 16-bit integer to a 32-bit integer value. Explicit casting is coded by the programmer using the particular language cast operator. This is necessary when the use of a value would cause a possible loss of data, converting a 32-bit integer to a 16-bit integer value. Now we have discussed about the casting to trap a program exception that we will see in the try-catch block. Now we have to discuss about a class. In .NET language, classes are templates used for defining new types. Classes describe both the properties and behaviors of the object. Properties contain the data that are exposed by the class. Behaviors are the functionality of the object and are defined by the public methods, also called member function, and events of the class. Collectively, the public properties and methods of a class are known as the object interface. Classes themselves are not objects, but instead they are used to create objects in memory. These all of things we will see in the structure. Now we have to discuss about the class members, the elements of a class which define its behavior and properties. Class members included events member, variable, methods, constructors, and property, also called the type members. Now we have to discuss about the client ones, deployment technologies introduced with the release of Gateway that allows client program to be used and installed as seamless as web applications. This included the ability to download files to be installed, versioning, side-by-side installation, and more. Now we have to discuss about the client, any application that requests information or services from a server, that we will see in a client server architecture. Now we have to discuss about the client side and operational or event that occur on a client system. For the examples include client side scripting, client side validation, and client side events. That thing we will see in the server side. Now we have to discuss about the COM, means Component Object Module, a software architecture developed by Microsoft to build component-based application. COM objects are discrete components, each with a unique identity, which expose interfaces that allows applications and other components to access their features. COM objects are more versatile than Windows 32 TLS, and because they are completely language independent, have built-in interpros communications capability, and easily fit into an object-oriented program design. COM was first released in 1993 with OLE 2, largely to replace the inter-process communication mechanism, dynamic data exchange DDE, used by the essential release of OLE that we will see in a COM+. Now we have to discuss about the COM+, the next generation of the COM and DCOM software architecture. COM+, pronounced COM+, makes it easier to design and construct distributed transactional and component based applications using a multiple tiered architecture. COM+ also supports the use of many new versions such as just-in-time activation, object pooling, and Microsoft Transaction Server. MTS 2.0, the use of COM, DCOM, and COM+ in application design will eventually by entity entirely replaced by the Microsoft .NET framework.